A few weeks ago, I took delivery of this rear light from Garmin. And it's not just a rear light, it also acts as a detector for the vehicles that are approaching you from behind. It transfers that information onto the bicycle head unit, and each vehicle that's approaching comes up as a dot on the right hand side of the screen. When that vehicle's gone past, the screen then gives you a green flash to show that there's nothing else behind you. It beeps when it detects a vehicle, and it shows you how many vehicles by the number of dots. It doesn't beep for every vehicle, so it's not going to get annoying. I found it's really helpful because it helps you to know where to position yourself on the road, and I like to position myself in a primary position so that if someone does come that little bit too close, you've got the room to your left to be able to move into and create yourself some space. It's also quite handy on the rough roads that you find across the UK because you can know when and whether there's anything coming up behind you and whether you need to move across in time to avoid that rough area before the vehicle approaches. I think it's also going to be quite useful in races. For those of us that race on time trials on open roads, then knowing exactly what's coming up behind can be really handy, especially when you have your aero racing helmet on and perhaps some of the sounds are a little bit more muffled. Moving on, I think it'll also be helpful for anyone who happens to be hard of hearing because it'll give them that extra information to know exactly what's coming up and approaching them from behind. I've certainly found that it's helped me out on the road, and it's also meant that the vehicles are alerted to the fact that I'm here because the light flashes a little bit quicker as they get a little bit closer. So I on the whole have found that there's been fewer close passes, which has to be a good thing.